All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, warshippers of all ages. It's the North American Grand Finals here in King of the Sea 16. Let's have a look at our two competitors. This is ELSR in the green, coming out of the losers bracket, fighting again for the chance to tangle with BONKZ, who sent them there to begin with. Fielding right now, I've got 3 destroyers headed up here towards the A-cap. That's Quincy's Kleber, a little bit of Dazzle. And paired with Ayase's Kleber, that is a unique upgrade Kleber with Dazzle, so a lot less stealth, a lot more stealth and a little less gunpowder. Backed up about a half kilometer back by Professor Luger's Forest Sherman. I'm not sure I've seen one of those in the event before. Izumi's Moskva, astern of them, unique upgrade and top grade gunner. Inori's Minotaur up here as well. That is a Minotaur with radar, as you would expect. 8952's Burgonia. We've been seeing him run that ship quite a bit. And then still on this flank, Captain Caesar's Vermont. Again, fairly typical build we've been seeing. Okura's Stalingrad running range and all the fire prevention shenanigans they can get away with. One lone ship going to Dzath. That is Sky Cancer's Yu Yang, and that is a radar Yang. Talk to me about BONKZ.
Yeah, not only is he radar, he's also torpedo spec'd. So let's take a look at BONKZ now. You're not seeing it wrong on the screen there. BONKZ has 1 point up over ELSR because they won the winners bracket final, and that's how the rules work here on the NA portion of King of the Sea 16. So already catching the C cap is Obi-Wan Kenobi in his Shimakaze Raptor. You could probably guess the range for his torpedoes.
I actually figured out how to set my mod up to see that myself now. So those are 12s.
Oh, congratulations. All right.
Yeah, baby.
All right, I'm proud of you. Addy is in the Minotaur. This is a radar Minotaur with range. I really like that.
Interesting.
Yep. Usually you see reload. Admiral Tester in a Montana with the unique upgrade and sniper build. Now, the unique upgrade makes it so that it doesn't burn or flood as long. I believe also repairs the rudder quicker. But the big thing is fire or flood. It's a way to stay alive. What are we woeing about? Have
a look at Quincy and Ayase.
Yeah.
They didn't stop in the A-cap.
They kept going,
Zath.
Yep, so Dyer also has a Forest Sherman coming under fire right now, of course, to make Inky, and he's bow out. Okay, so he can just hit W when he needs to. Quincy and Ayase, of course, don't have that ability to just go dark. So I think Quincy might go out here pretty quick because he's actually trying to just back up.
He's still lit back there. They're both lit, but they're focusing Quincy.
There they go. They went dark.
If Quincy finally goes dark, they have no radar that can pick him up.
Right. So now he just has to move and hope that he moves out of the way of these shells. Reminder, Haragumo and Gearing were the ships that were banned this game. So we've finishing up the lineup. We got these squares, the unique upgrade. Here comes some more shells for Quincy's last known location. Nothing doing there.
Niente.
All right, so we've got Kermit in the Montana, also sniper spec. In the middle of the map is Todd Howard's Radiance in the Gdansk. It's already got the B cap for BONKZ. Bowser in the Des Moines with unique upgrade, and Chukwama behind in the Moskva with unique upgrade, and I think that covers everybody.
Does indeed, Zath. This is a
look at Dyer.
I was going to say we talked about this crazy ELSR aggression. You're seeing it again here. Look at this, pushing straight through the A-cap with 5 ships.
Yes.
Here on Faroe Islands, we've never seen a team attempt this the entire event.
No, we've seen teams try to smash through the home cap side. Not like this. Never like this.
Hashtag not like this indeed.
Not like this.
Well, it's an early points advantage for ELSR on the back of that kill on Dyer. No chance for BONKZ to break into the A-cap anytime soon. Simply way too much firepower. And they've got Disquarius pinned against the back of the map, Zath. It's only a matter of time before they pick this kill up, too.
That's right. And, I mean, you can kind of see that, like, he knows he's out. It's just a question of, can he take anyone with him? And I don't think he can. The only person that's low health is Quincy. Well, he decided to open up. Yeah, there he goes.
Well, they've got him lit. He's going to radar now. That's the thing about Des Moines, right? You've got 10.9 detection on 10-kilometer radar. So it's very possible for these destroyers, and they're doing this, to sit just outside his detection range, keep him lit for all of the crap behind him to melt him, and there's quite literally nothing he can do about it.
That's right. I just love all this fire coming in. It's just slow shells, fast shells, high arc, low arc, and Disquarius is just sitting here like, enough, guys.
And because of the forest, you're getting the rainbow, right?
That's
you're getting
right.
Pink shells, yellow shells, and white shells.
That's right.
You're getting all of it. AP, SAP, and HE. All of it falling onto Squarius here. Still alive back here.
While all this has been going on, the Yu Yang is obviously forced to run away. Shimakaze is pushing into the decap soon. That's Obi-Wan. But Disquarius is taking a lot longer to die than I had expected.
Same. He's really selling his ship dearly here. They do finally bag him. Up 2 ships now is ELSR, as it looks as if they're going to lose control of the decap in the next couple of minutes, depending on how BONKZ decides to play this push along the bottom of the map.
Sky Cancer now detected in the Yu Yang. That's from Addy's Minotaur. And, well, he bounced most of the hate and is running away. He should be just fine. Oh, look at Akura Stalingrad coming back and saying, hey, I'm here. Respect me.
Yeah, but it feels like the Stalin radar is a little early here, right? Because, for starters, he's a little far back. It doesn't cover the entire cap. He's able to spot the Gdansk and the Moskva in mid, so they're getting some useful information out of it. That's good. But they're not going to be able to defend this decap. They're going to have to bring the Yang in. Cannoli is inside the Yang radar if they want to pop it. But if you're Sky Cancer, there's the radar. But you cannot fire. Well, he is going to fire.
He is going to fire.
Bold Zath.
Get the resets.
He's going to get the resets, but is it going to cost him his ship? There's a Minotaur right there. That's bold.
It's not a big deal.
No worries. It's only a Minotaur.
But look at what happens. He actually forces Obi-Wan to shoot at him. Obi-Wan then is going to be forced to pop his smoke.
Yeah, going to have to smoke to get out of it.
So that desyncs that part of the push, both Addy and Obi-Wan together.
Yeah.
That radar earlier, by the way, was 100% info. They wanted to know, where is the rest of BONKZ's forces? Are they in the decap? Are they going to come up behind Okura? And they know that they're not. You can see Okura already moving into a kiting away position.
You think maybe what is Todd Howard's... Todd knows he's there. Surely he's not going to go around this corner. Yeah, no. He'll be detected at that radius.
Yes.
All right. So BONKZ down 2 ships will soon have a cap advantage here. It's been an exciting 8.5 minutes on Faroe Islands, to put it lightly, but things definitely not going BONKZ's way, losing 2 ships for no gain.
Yep. Captain Caesar now having to hold. Izumi holding in the Moskva. He's got to wait until this Montana gets taken out.
Yeah.
That's the difficulty now, is they absolutely need that to happen before Chukwama comes around and gets a broadside shot on Izumi's Moskva. Todd Howard has some torpedoes coming in, too, through the B cap. Seppuku is working his way all the way to the end of the map. He's just going to take everybody on this giant loser lap around. He
absolutely is. I mean, let's be honest, if you're LSR, you signed up for this. You called the tune, now you have to dance the dance. And Kermit is going to make them earn every second and every point of damage that they want on his hull.
Raptor, I almost wonder if BONKZ did not see that last ELSR game that we just covered, right? Where they unveiled this strategy and basically completely demolished that Vermont so quickly. Do you think BONKZ might have brought Vermonts in this particular game?
It's hard to say, right? Because, and we've talked about it, Faroe plays like a smaller map than it actually is.
Yeah.
And so, Vermont on this map sometimes feels a little less bad than it otherwise would, because of, the map is it is more compact than it actually feels. And of course, Kermit now chewing through another heel, but they're going to pick him up down here, finally running out of space along the J line down here in about J3. He'll slide a bit. He'll get one more salvo off. His heel they'll have to continue focusing him for a little while, but in the end, he will become the 3rd casualty of BONKZ here in this game.
Yep, and Kermit defiantly shooting at Apex's Vermont all the way in the back.
I like it.
Yep.
He's still alive. Still going to be able to get his stern turrets into action.
So the reason why I was asking you that question, Raptor, is because teams, as you said, do practice. They've got their strats. They've got all these different ideas in play. And I wonder if this was kind of like ELSR's one of their special strategies that they didn't want to have to show off, but because it was so crucial that they win that game to get to here, they had to do it.
I'm not sure.
Well, either way, Kermit has been farmed out.
Yep.
And Ayase just kind of walks into the sea cap now.
Well, who is left to defend it? This is the thing, right? ELSR has now engineered a 3-ship advantage. Who could possibly defend it at this stage?
And there just happens to be a Montana that is just sitting right there. Yeah, Ayase sees it.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised to see Tester just kind of camped in this position, but his guns are looking back towards mid.
Well, they've been trying to farm out this Moskva. Izumi.
Well, they're doing good work on him, but Izumi's not dead. I mean, he's got several heals left and still got 20,000 HP. But I mean, if you're Tester, you're bow into this island. What are you going to do? Like, you know, the Colbert could potentially even rush you.
That's exactly what I was getting at, right?
Yeah. So much focus, so much of this high, quick reload, spam focus fire from ELSR, Zath, Minotaur, Sherman, Colbert, all of it. And they're able to just, if they keep it in one place and they focus a target out, they're going to make up this game deficit very quickly.
Yep, just to get...
Go ahead.
Just to get an idea of the reload we're talking about, I'm zooming in on the Forrest Sherman just to hear the click, click, click as it fires 3 guns every, like, what, 1.8 seconds?
I mean, it's still only a 20-point lead for LSR, but they're about to knock out Tester's Montana right there.
There it goes.
That's going to, again, even a bigger lead. They're back to cap parity because they grabbed C.
I love it.
Sky Cancer's Yang in the backfield still clinging to life. What?
So Luger, like, okay, Montana's dead. He just turns his guns. Let's start clicking on somebody else.
Next thing to click on, right?
Oh, Todd Howards gets absolutely slapped by, I think that was the Vermont shell.
Probably the Vermont. I mean, Chukwama's going to burn out. There he goes, right? Like, it's just, they're encircled at this point, right? You're looking at Todd Towers and Bowser's surrounded by like 4 or 5 ships. Addy's over here with Obi-Wan, but I mean, it's just the 2 of them.
Yeah.
Addy's going to have to turn here and still going to take a deep water.
Oof.
Vermont salvo doesn't connect, though.
Very impressive that this Yu Yang survived and is still able to contribute to the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Great seamanship by Sky Cancer. Gdansk now charging the Stalingrad. Todd Howard's just...
this is never going to happen. Yeah. There's no way they're going to let that happen. Too many ships to shoot at that guy.
That's right. Captain Caesar says, niet.
Well, Zath, when the game ends, and the game will end shortly with an ELSR win, that'll series will be back to parity, right?
Yes.
We'll have it. It'll be a 1-1 tie, and it'll become now then a best of 3. Now, BONKZ has successfully beaten ELSR in a best of 3 earlier in the event. We're gonna have to see if they can manage it again.
Yeah, we will absolutely have to see what's gonna happen again. And it's funny because I think back to so much earlier today when Rain defeated 3X in that first game. Mm-hmm. And I said to Putin, I said, what do you think is happening in that locker room right now, in that Discord voice channel? Like, how are they going to handle this? How are they going to recover from it? And we're all like, it's not a big deal. We're it's one game. We got this. Okay. Second loss, I'm thinking, all right, everybody stand up, go walk it off. Like at a certain point, right? Like,
yeah.
Wow, what a game.
I mean, convincing, right? Again, just one of the things that I think we maybe don't talk about or don't appreciate, it's almost impossible to defend against a push on one flank or another like that. Mm-hmm. That's that aggressive. Because let's just say you decide, okay, I'm going to push 6 ships to one side of the map, and hope that works.
Right.
And I'm either going to push or I'm going to counter whatever they're coming at me with. But what if you guess wrong? Right? What if you guess wrong? Then the game becomes a much more challenging thing. And And in this instance, you see, BONKZ does what most teams that play competitive play. They try to kind of cover the whole board. We send a few ships south, a few ships mid, a few ships north. But then when the other team applies enough pressure at one of those points, you cave. You don't have the force to resist it. And that's exactly what we're seeing here.
Welcome to my map, everyone. Well, let's send it back to the analyst desk, shall we?
Absolutely. It's all evened up, guys. We'll see you back here for game 2 in a moment.
All right, everybody. Welcome to game 2 of BONKZ versus ELSR. Currently tied up in this best of 5 grand final for North America King of the Seas 16. North spawn here in the green in Northern Waters. We have BONKZ with Bowser's Marceau. Already full engine boost to A, as you do. Addy is bringing our Marseille. This is our first time seeing a Marseille in this series. Actually, all night.
In a while.
Yeah.
In a while. Resin basically banned Marseille every game they played. So,
right.
Yeah.
Heading towards the middle is Todd Howard's Radiance's Cot Spec gearing. Behind him is D Squarius's Worcester with a range upgrade. I like that a lot. Mm-hmm. Behind them is Cheshire in the Petro, heading towards the A-cap with a reload booster. Admiral Tester is in a Kremlin. Wonder Raptor if they said, you know what, we need more tanky tank.
That's also that is unique upgrade Kremlin, sir.
Yes, he's got unique upgrade. Now that reduces range, but does increase reload, so he can get more shells downrange, just not so far down that range. Behind all of them is Chukwama's Napoli with a secondary upgrade and reload build. Kermit is back in his Montana, already kind of saying, hey guys, wait up-ish, while he's slowing down. And that's in his typical sniper build. Early radar catching Quincy south of B in the Z42.
This is another one of these scouting your opponent kind of moments, Zath. They knew Quincy. They could see the Z on the opposing lineup and know to look for this, right?
Well, yeah.
So now they're trying to prevent this, but it's not going to happen. They just, as hard as they tried, it's just not. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's you see a Z42, you know it's going to go into that B cap because with that Hydro, you can see that circle of nope, and that's it. So anyway, that should take care of the lineup. Why don't you tell us about ELSR, sir?
Well, we'll start here with the hero of the moment. That's Quincy Z42 here in the B cap, converting it over, running a little bit of Dazzle. You have to wonder if maybe that made a little bit of impact just then. Dazzle gun reload, as you would expect out of a big gun, a nice gunboaty destroyer like that. Way over here on the left flank, Sky Cancer's Grozovoy running, leaning into the guns there. Gun reload in slot 6, Swift in silence and RPF. Backed up by Izumi's Moskva. Unique upgrade and top grade gunner. And then just behind them, Apex's Vermont, running, as you like to say, the little quick scope there. Although, and that's a full sniper because he's running double artillery plotting.
Correct, yeah. He does have the rudder, though.
He does have a rudder. Okura Stalingrad setting up here along the 7 line, southeast of the B cap. That is top grade gunner and gun reload. And then a 4-ship deployment over here all the way to the 9-10 line. Ayase's Marceau having already grabbed that cap. Backed up by Harugumo's, Professor Luger's Harugamo in the traditional smoke configuration. Inori's Minotaur, that is, of course, a radar Minotaur, a Manitar. And then 8952's now ubiquitous Bergonia playing the far right flank here for ELSR.
Yeah, it looks like they're pretty happy with that little death squad they've put together. The only difference is BONKZ isn't falling for it. They've already kind of... So we're going to go the other way?
Nope. Marceau's to the wings. And then basically the big difference here is, of course, Quincy Z42 locking down mid for the moment with his long-duration, long-range German Hydro.
Yeah, I want to talk about that Grozovoy decision. So Sky Cancer all the way over on the 1 line. I'm curious as to why build a Grozovoy in this fashion. 1, there's no unique upgrade choice. And 2, Swift and Silence. Because Swift and Silence, it hurts your, hurts your gun reload. Grozovoy is a gun platform after all. Does have the smoke, and I guess you get the utility with all the consumables that it has available to it. But it just feels like kind of like a jack of all trades setup.
Right. I feel like when you take a Grozovoy, that's what you're really after, right? Like in the sense of that that utility, that the crazy. Oh man, I was wondering if Dire was going to get lucky. Zap, look back at Ayase's Marceau.
I see it.
He took at least one, if not two, Shimakaze torpedoes. Dire had vomited those out a minute ago when I glanced at them and thought, I wonder if those are going to land. And now I look back and think, oh yeah, those landed all right.
That's right.
So BONKZ, I think with a lineup adaptation there, using the Shimakaze to maybe blunt some of that wild ELSR aggression they saw in Game 1.
Absolutely. Remember, Kleber is banned for this map, as well as Des Moines, right? Yes.
Yes, correct. Kleber and Des Moines. Anyway, so to kind of go back to the Grozavoy, right? Like, it's to me, you take a Grozavoy, it's all about the utility, right? You've got a decent amount of gun power, a decent amount of torpedo power, smoke, heal, all of these things packed into one hull. Whereas usually, if you have to if you pick a different destroyer, you have to give something up to get one of the others, right? If you want the longevity of a daring, for example, you don't really get the smoke utility,
right?
That sort of thing.
Right. Well, smoke screen going up from Luger, and basically that tells Dire exactly where to aim with his torpedoes. But I think they're all going to miss.
Wait, from Luger. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, the Minotaur's Hydro is up in there. Looks like Dire's trying to get up here to smoke Kermit. Kermit kind of trolling at about half or quarter speed. Dire with his speed boost cooking. I think they're going to get up here and lay a smoke screen to try to get Kermit out of there. And it should be relatively successful because all the radar they have is too far astern. Right.
Looked like I saw a Vermont shell coming in earlier. Those are Moskva shells? Looks like Moskva.
Wouldn't surprise me to see some Vermont shells coming in. Dire grabbing that smoke, putting Kermit in it, and then swinging it off to Kermit's starboard so that Kermit has a little bit more of a screen to work behind now. They're bringing up the Minotaur radar. I think they're trying to catch Kermit. Kermit opens fire. I guess he must have figured he had a good enough shot at the minnow. Is he going to land it? Nope.
But that also catches Todd Howard's gearing out.
Yeah, it catches the gearing, but now it's a big risk there, right? Because now Kermit, out of the smoke, gives up the concealment, and immediately back come the fires, back come the shells, and he's immediately under problem again.
Ooh, Moskva.
As they backed Izumi. Where was he?
They rushed him. They got him through the channel.
They rushed him with Bowser. Yeah, I see it now. Bowser getting away with that too. Well played. But BONKZ now, look at this line, Zath, pushed all the way, like every BONKZ ship now pushed onto the western half of the map.
Yep. It's an east-west fight.
Very much so. The kill cuts into ELSR's lead, which had built out, but is now a little less than 100 points and growing still. They still own the cap advantage, having rock-solid control of B at the moment. Kermit finally quiets the fires and secures his guns and does manage to go dark a little bit. Torpedoes going in for Luger. Oh, he finds a nice gap there.
Seppuku has another 25 seconds until his heal. So, I like the idea of just sitting there. Let the heal come back. And,
smoke expiring. They can now see him. They can see Luger on the surface. There comes the big HE salvo on Luger, and there goes half of Luger's HP.
Jeez.
Kermit's been waiting for that shot.
Well, and I almost wonder if Luger wasn't expecting him to still be there when the smoke expired.
I think Luger probably assumed he had pulled farther north, and they were trying to make sure they kept spotting on him.
Yeah, exactly.
And they did, and Kermit made him pay for it.
Well, that just activated Luger's adrenaline rush. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another activation.
Now, they're going to get Kermit here, I think. Dire's smoke is down. Well, Dire's smoke is about to come back up. And the heel's ticking. They might be able to sneak Kermit through a little longer, limp him along a little longer.
Yeah, we'll see. Brigand shells coming in now. They're not going to smoke him up.
They're not. Okay, so they're basically, Dire's headed back to mid, and Kermit's going to be left to his own devices, which basically will mean his death.
That's right. BONKZ jettisons their garbage, and then they move on to the next target.
Ouch, that was savage.
I know, but it's what it felt like. I mean,
All
Dyer
right,
goes right
now-
in front of him. He's like, all right, good luck, buddy. And just walks away.
Bonks making a play, lining up to make a play for B. They send Todd Howards is gearing in first. He finds himself under the eye there of Quincy's Hydro for another, well, more than a minute. Todd trying to get to the safety of the island and contest this cap. I have a hard time believing he's going to be able to pull this off without giving up a tremendous amount of health.
Speaking of tremendous amount of health, look at the Kremlin for Bonks. Oh, never mind. He just disappeared. And Apex's Vermont is also extremely low. All of this fighting's been going. I mean, this is.
Wow.
This is
all
just.
over the map. Chukwuama's trying to chase down the Vermont here on the J line.
I know. It's just global thermonuclear war.
Well,
I mean,
and look at Addy versus Quincy. They're trying to punch out Todd Howards. They get it, but they're going to lose Quincy right there.
Yeah.
It's technically it's almost a 400-point lead for
ELSR.
For ELSR, but like, man, Zath, Bonks is just kind of like, screw it, let's go, boys.
Oh, Chukwuama just gets smacked. I think that was Okura's Stalingrad.
They're only one ship down as Chukwuama's been unable to finish the Vermont just yet. Desperately trying back here. Vermont's out of heals, Zath, as the torpedoes from Grozaboy from Sky Cancer are coming in. I think even if Chukwuama finishes this kill, he's going to die to one of these torpedoes.
Most likely.
Yep, he can't avoid him now. He's going to take at least one. They get a Norris Minotaur. The Vermont punches out Chukwuama right in the face.
Didn't even need the torpedo.
How dare you, sir?
Captain Caesar just sailing on like nah with his gold ranked camo.
Addy trying to contest B ultimately does not succeed. We're 20 seconds now from an ELSR winning this game. Bonks desperately needs a kill. They're trying to farm out the Burgonia, but his heal is ticking back in there. Dyer's rushing the B cap, but that'll buy them seconds, even if he makes it.
Yeah.
Bowser caught on radar from Stalin, says, to hell with it, let's open fire, but in the end, it's not going to come in time. No, it is. Dyer's going to step on the cap and buy them 3 seconds, and then the game ends.
All right, 3 seconds.
Whoa.
Whoa, indeed.
I feel like I missed half the game, Zaf.
Yeah. You know, there are times I wish that we could have a whole video crew for all of this, and I'll tell you, the official cast, they've got that going, and I know they're catching all that. Oh my god, that'd be awesome.
We've done that before, and it works because the moments that we don't catch, the other cameras in the match are able to catch, right?
Right.
And you see them in the little replays that pop up, and I've always enjoyed having that available. It's a shame that we don't. But
it's
anyways,
a great setup, and I'll tell you what, I almost wonder if they felt the same problem. Like, we need more cameras.
Game like that, you really do. Well, ELSR has come. They're out for blood, Zath. They have come to fight. They have been kicking people in the face all day. That string continues here in game 2, and wow, we're going to game 3, and now Bonks is staring with the ball, going, oh, that's what that is.
Wait a minute.
So,
I'll tell you though, this game they looked a lot better. This game they had some really good opportunities. It just didn't work out in their favor. But hashtag believe. I got a feeling we're going to see them come around the next game.
Well, we're going to know soon enough. Let's throw it back to the studio. We'll see you guys back here for the next game of what should be an exciting series in just a few minutes. All right, let's see. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's time for game number 3. All right, let's have a look. Oh, my, Zath, already a little bit of spice out of the Bonks lineup.
Mm-hmm.
As we spawn here into Sleeping Giant, let's have a quick look over the ELSR lineup here in green, top of the map, going with a 4 Destroyer lineup. We've got Ayase's Daring over here with some Dazzle, RPF, and Gunpowder. On the ELSR right, Quincy's Ragnar headed towards mid. We've seen this before out of them. Shouldn't be a big surprise there.
Nope.
Sky Cancer's Kleber running Dazzle, Unique Upgrade, and already popping the Speed Boost. I'm sure he'll be diving the C-Cap. Again, we saw him do that in a previous game on this map. Professor Luger's Harugamo with all the smoke he can pack into the hull, headed also over here towards the C flank. Presumably, Inori's Minotaur will be paired up with Luger as usual, headed over that way. Izumi's Moskva headed over towards the A side of the map, running Top Grade Gunner and Unique Upgrade. In front of him, Okura's San Martin, and we've seen this configuration before. Stealth, Gunpowder, and all of that mess. 8952 going to be the battleship on that flank in his typical Burgonia build. And then last but not least, we have Apex's Vermont, who for the moment kind of just chilling towards mid here with the all the artillery plotting he can pack into that particular build. Zath, BONKZ has made a radical change for their lineup. Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm just watching Captain Caesar right now. He's just moving around with his guns, and he's looking exactly at the A-cap. He's not looking in the mid. He's looking at the A-cap. I wonder if that's trying to telegraph what they're planning. Let's take a look at what BONKZ is doing. They've got a Gdansk now. That's Todd Howard's going hard into the opposite side channel of Quincy. We saw a little bit of radar action getting Quincy detected early. Nobody willing to go into B-Raptor. Look at this.
Nope.
That's no man's land.
And again, we've seen Quincy play that position before, so if you're BONKZ and you've maybe scouted the team a little bit, you should have a pretty good idea that that's a thing.
100%. Heading over towards C-Cap is Dyer's Gearing in your typical COTS spec setup. Bowser in a Manitar with reload. Cheshire with the Salem, that's reload as well, and radar. Skycancer trying to get on the C-Cap, and they're just fishing for him right now because he's not detected. Kermit is in the Sniper Spect Vermont. And heading back over to A, we already have Addy in the Kleber who's saying, you know what, that's fine. I'm going to get my own cap and grabbing it right away for Team BONKZ. Behind him is Admiral Tester in a 420 Blazer Haragumo. Moskva is Chukwama there in a unique upgrade. And finally, Disquarius is in a Wushta with range upgrade. I really like Chukwama's position. A reminder, Des Moines and Stalingrad banned for this game.
So each team, similar thoughts, right? Unique upgrade, Kleber, dash one of the edge caps, grab it, and then bail out. So that early cap advantage that ELSR likes to have, we saw them play for that a lot in the Resin series, and here they are. Maybe I won't say countered, but at least getting a little, not allowed to get quite so far ahead here. BONKZ mirroring the play from their side as well.
Right, exactly. And I want to comment real quickly on what Chukwama's been doing. If you look at his position, he is pointed directly up. Yeah. He's going to sit there, and they need to suss out what is ELSR going to do. And depending on what they do, that'll determine which side of the Thunderdome he butts up to.
They catch a brief whiff of Skycancer's Kleber over here on the 10 line. Bowser's radar picking him out. They get a little bit of chip damage and force him back north, but that is about it. Behind him, Luger's Harugumo smoke begins as Inori's Minotaur starts to head into that smoke cloud.
Addy at this time...
Skycancer taking a torpedo.
Oof. See that now. Addy has already gotten to the B cap. He's detected.
Yep. Lit by the Moskva radar from Izumi. As Quincy's starting to put shells downrange on Addy as well.
Well, and they know Quincy's radar is down. Todd Howard's is also looking to back into B cap. With Addy's power in there too, they might be able to grab the B cap before another radar.
Well, I think they're going to be able to grab it. It's a question of, I mean, do they tag team it or not, right? I mean, Todd and Quincy might spot each other on the surf. Oh, there's the smoke. So as soon as Quincy goes dark, I'm waiting for the detection lines to catch up. And there we go. Finally, Todd Howard's stern turret's beginning to catch Quincy with some damage here. Although none of it's getting through Quincy's armor. They're all shattering on his 25 mils.
Yep. Still, that is going to allow Todd Howard's to back into the B cap. And radar 45 seconds and cap 31 seconds. He can't block this cap.
Nope, not going to happen.
Back over at A.
ELSR. Yep, go ahead.
ELSR is back over at A, pushing into the A cap. Tester might take a torpedo. He barely does. Barely dodges it.
It's interesting that they rushed Addy to the A cap, grabbed it, and then ran away, Zath. Because to me, it feels like ELSR is sort of not really. I mean, ELSR is now going to just kind of camp on these wing caps, don't you think?
They can absolutely do that, yes.
I mean, and you've only got the one battleship. How do you get back in here?
Fortunately, we don't have to make that determination.
Fair. For the moment, they've actually held them out of the A-cap, believe it or not. As Ayase takes shells from the Vermont, believe it or not.
Oh, I can. Ayase going back in the cap now, knowing that Chukwama's radar is down. But you can see Disquarius's Wooster with the range able to continue shooting Ayase in that spot.
Ooh,
Ayase,
wow.
Ayase just smoked a little bit, and that's about it. Not a lot of room to maneuver. Chukwama got a really good shot on Ayase a moment ago.
Yeah. Ayase already below half health, still burning in there.
Mm-hmm. 8
Waiting
seconds.
for his DCP, and his DCP's a few seconds away, and then his next heal's near a little less than a minute away.
Mm-hmm.
6 minutes, 7 minutes gone, basically, and it's a narrow ELSR lead. Once they flip over the A cap, they'll start to widen that gap. BONKZ opting for a very bold strategy, coming into this game with only one battleship. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at, so Quincy just got himself radar. We got a double radar, a little bit of a miscommunication there on side of BONKZ, but they catch Quincy. But Quincy goes ahead and counter radars, and now he sees 3 BONKZ players. Look at the Vermont, Seppuku, and then look at the Gearing and Minotaur. They're coming in to trap these 3, this little ELSR murder ball. I think they're going to do it despite this radar catching out a part of that trap. We'll find out.
Not sure it's going to be quite that simple, but it might be.
Well, here comes Vermont shells on the Minotaur. Minotaur smash.
Oof, yikes. There goes half of an Ori's health back there.
Right. Dire able now to get out of radar range. If that radar didn't come up from Quincy and catch the rest of this group would have intercepted them at the perfect opportunity to catch both of them. That was a thing of beauty I saw coming up on that mini-map.
Yeah. I see what you're talking about now, Zath. You're talking about basically these guys on the 10 line are now pincered between
groups of
Cheshire,
3.
Todd Howard's, Addy. Yeah, I get it now. Okay, I was not seeing that until, for some reason, it took me a moment to wrap my brain around what you were saying. I apologize.
That's okay. If it wasn't, like I said, the radar alerted them of this already. And you can see, like, they're just sitting here right in front of literally Quincy and even Apex's Vermont. And they don't care. You know, they're just shooting whatever they can. They didn't get a kill out of that, which is what they really, really, really wanted.
Well, they wanted, and they desperately,
needed it. Yep,
they desperately
exactly.
needed. Torpedoes going into the Gdansk smoke. Zath, Todd Howard's trying to maneuver through. He's going to take one.
Gonna take
Put
another.
some speed on. He's going to take another because Gdansk is a little slow.
Oh,
my goodness. Oh, the Harugamo Torps do their work, Zath, and it's a kill for ELSR instead as Addy steps onto C.
Yeah, ELSR does the no you again.
Now, I will say this. If you're ELSR, if you're BONKZ and you pick up C, can you hold it?
No.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm. I don't think so. If you look at the Vermont, I mean, holding it would require Kermit to basically commit to sitting and probably sinking in C at this point. This murder ball is just going to turn around, right? Once their consumables are back up again, and for Luger, that's going to be another 40 seconds, right? As soon as that happens, you can see they stopped. They're just sitting here waiting, right? I mean, they can back up a little bit. Maybe, but beyond that, there's no need to keep sailing away because the farther they sail away, the more they have to sail back. So they're just going to sit there. I don't see BONKZ able to hold this, not without losing at least one ship in the process. Sky Cancer, though, oof, that was close.
Torpedoes continue to fly out for these 3 ships on the 10 line, but for the moment, no more have connected since that one that hit Sky Cancer earlier in the game. They've been focusing Chukwama for a while as well, Zath, but for the moment, he's weathering it like a champ.
Well, you know, it's like they saw the BONKZ push, that attempt at a trap at C-Cap. Obviously, all attention went to that. As soon as that was over, it's like, okay, well, let's go back to who we were farming before.
Yep. They pushed Okura through Thunderdome, straight through Thunderdome, so Okura now able to threaten B as Tester and Disquarius trying to kind of stay relevant here. Bergonia shells coming in on Disquarius' stern, but nothing doing. His range mod allowing him to chip in on the San Martin way down here in the middle of the board.
It's one of the things that's one of the reasons I love this module in randoms. I've been doing it lately when I do grand assist and then
Zaf.
whatever. It comes in really handy.
Zaf.
Yes.
Check
torpedoes?
out Addy and yep. Check out Addy and Quincy.
Oh, I see it.
Addy has torpedoes. Quincy does not. This should be the end of the Ragnar, and it is.
That was an assassination that needed to happen. Thank you for catching that.
That was a huge kill for BONKZ. Addy ends up falling under the daring hydro, but the Vermont shouldn't be able to get shells on him from there. Nope, can't do it.
Meanwhile, I'm watching Dyer trying to back off, and he can't do it. That's the Minotaur radar. And now Luger can just sit there and shoot at a spotted Minotaur from the safety because nothing else is going to spot him.
Vermont salvo going in on Alcura from Kermit. Do these connect? No.
Nope.
Just a little astern and terrible dispersion. Addy now bow in, dueling Okura as shells start to come in on Addy's stern. Addy could actually go dark now that the hydro from Ayase has expired if he wants to. Okura taking Salem Citadels here because he's broadside on the B cap.
Yep. I think that the call needs to be get the San Martin down. He does use that funny button. There it is.
Yeah. They've got to get Okura while they can, while he's low. If they don't, they're going to regret it.
Oh,
there comes
the next heal.
Okura trying to push through as more Vermont shells fall in, and they get him.
Oof.
No.
Burgon gets the Moskva. Chukwama goes down to the Burgon.
Sitting in the gap. The Dragonia gets a shot in. Wow.
Yep. He's been looking for that shot for quite some time.
Yeah, he has. It took him a while to maneuver into it.
Addy backing up, trying to get the San Martin.
What is Addy up to? Addy's coming out broadside. He's trying to put torps down on the daring, but it's going to cost him his ship.
At this point, I think it's almost a little desperation play on his part. He's trying to get this ship gone.
Hold on. He might actually... No, the daring is still just too fast. He knows the daring hydro is down. He was trying to get the torpedoes in.
Yep, he was trying to get a twofer there.
Now, Ayase is inside inside Cheshire's radar. I'm surprised he's not using it, Zaf. It's a 2-ship lead for ELSR, 130 points, but shrinking for the moment. BONKZ still holds a cap advantage.
But look at the timer. Look how close.
Yeah.
Everybody. That's why he's not doing everybody's pausing for a second to do some quick math. Right? Like
now Tester and Aquarius, because they've pulled Izumi through Thunderdome as well.
Yep.
Now they're pushing the Bergonia from astern.
Now this is huge. It's going to stop the point gain for ELSR, and assuming Tester's able to cap, it's also going to start taking up points that they desperately need. But at the same time, almost.
Oh no.
Murder Ball comes back for more.
Well,
fun.
It's not that, Zath. I'm looking more at look at Cheshire's position and look where Apex is. Cheshire is not going to be with us for much longer as soon as Apex decides he wants to. Oh, Bowser's out. Yikes.
Yep.
Vermont speaks. Ships and cruisers die.
Now we can look at Cheshire because we know he's the next target.
I know, right? I know. 90 seconds now on the game timer. Apex, I'm sure, will begin to flip his guns and get ready to punch out the Salem as they back Inori. That's actually a big kill.
Yeah.
They needed that desperately. Again, it's still only a 2-ship lead for LSR. BONKZ trying to hold on here and force a game 4, a decisive game 4. Ayase caught under radar now as Cheshire finally pops it and is getting shells in on him.
Think how crazy this is. Cheshire, Salem approaching each other. There we go. Finally, we're starting to see some shells between both of them.
Cheshire taking Citadels right through the stern because of Izumi. Here comes the Bergonia shells. That's going to put him out.
But the daring?
Does he get Ayase?
No.
He doesn't. The daring lives. Can they burn out
Izumi? He's on fire. The daring's on fire.
They are going to get this daring.
Maybe.
I think.
5 seconds on DCP.
4, 3,
He's tapping
2,
R.
1, 4.
No.
Not enough. A huge kill. They're still not able to burn out Izumi because now he's standing in the A-cap. And so now they've got to try and burn out the Bergonia, but good lord, there's no way they're going to do that in the time they have left. Feels like it's up to Kermit to make a big salvo play here, but they have no. The problem is the ships they need to kill is the Mossman. They can't see him. He's in the middle of the board.
There's no vision.
Eyes.
No vision.
No vision there. The ships there that they needed to get him with are all dead. The Worcester, the Harugamo, desperately trying to buy a time extension here. Way over on the 1-2 line. It's up to Tester and to Squarius, and it's, man.
Nope.
It doesn't happen.
Burgon just says, nah.
Burgon says, "Be gone with you, sir." And Zath.
That's it.
ELSR comes in down a game and sweeps these guys, sweeps BONKZ right out, and they are, once again, Kings of the Sea on North America.
That's right. We had a crown change for EU. We will not have that for NA.
You will not have a passing of the crown here on NA. ELSR defending their title from the losers bracket, even down a game here, coming in needing to win 3 of 4, doing it in convincing fashion.
3 in a row, just like that.
All 4.
Woo! All right, well, today's over. Let's throw it.
Well, indeed. Hi, we're here with you. We see you.
All right, well, there you go.